Hi, welcome to Into Health, and I hope you're okay. This video will show you some exercises to do for the lower back once you've gone over the acute phase. So there's another video that I've done for exercises straight after injury. This is as you're starting to recover and you want to not only strengthen but also stretch a little bit, okay? So these exercises are designed to create a little bit of mobility but also to start working on the core muscles. If you suffer from lower back pain, most likely you have a weak core muscle, so which is the whole muscles that are basically around the trunk, the lower part of the trunk, and you need to start strengthening that. There's some yoga classes that I've designed specifically for the core and also for the back pain that you can sort of follow, and they are designed to not only stretch but also build on your core muscle. These are the exercises just after injury. Once you start getting a little bit better but you're still feeling that if you do something funny your back could go, okay? So you're coming on your fours. You're bringing your hands directly underneath the shoulders and you're bringing your knees directly underneath the hips. Now, if you're finding that getting on the floor is difficult, you can do this on the bed, okay? So the top of the feet are on the mat. Now, what we're trying to do, we're trying to keep the hands, the arms and the legs as stable as we can, and we're moving the lower back. So on the next inhale, you're looking forward. You curve the back towards the floor and you're pushing your bum out. So you're trying to basically curve the back as much as you can down towards the floor, relaxing the belly. And now on the next inhale, you're doing the opposite position. So you're basically starting to look down towards the floor, curving the back towards the ceiling, and you're pushing the bum towards your hands so that you're contracting the abdominals. On the next inhale, you're looking forward, curve the back towards the floor, push the bum out. Can you see that nothing is moving? It's only the back that is moving. So you don't want to do this, you just want to be very stable with the arms and the legs, and the only thing that moves is the back one direction and the other. So push the bum towards your hands, looking down towards your knees, feeling the abdominals starting to contract. On the next inhale, you're looking forward, curve the back towards the floor, push the bum out. You do this 3-4 times to start with, and then you're coming back into a neutral position and you're wagging the tail. So you're trying to bring the bum as close as you can towards the right and then towards the left. So you're wagging the tail, okay? Okay, and then now you're coming so that you're lying on your front. This can be done also on your bed. And what we're gonna do is called the Mackenzie stretch, but it's also called the Cobra in yoga, okay? So you want to bring the elbows underneath the shoulders and the palms are pressing down onto the floor. Okay, so now what you want to do, you want to roll the shoulder back and push the chest forward. The more you do that, the more you're gonna feel it on the lower back. So if you're finding that this is too much, you can also place a pillow underneath your belly, okay? To start with, but eventually you want to get rid of the pillow. And then what you're gonna do, you're gonna look forward, roll the shoulder back, push the chest forward. And then on the next inhale, you're contracting the front of the abdominals. And then on the exhale, you're relaxing the belly down onto the mat. Contract the abdominals on the inhale. On the exhale, you're relaxing the belly down onto the mat. You do it 3 times. And then you're relaxing yourself, looking forward. You're starting with 30 seconds. And then you're bringing it up to 1 minute. And then you can bring it up to 3 minutes. Okay? And this allows the back and any herniated disc to just being reabsorbed into the spine. Once you've done that, come down, and if you're struggling with the mobility, roll yourself onto one side and push yourself back up, okay? Then come into your hands and knees again, and this time you're trying to sit on your heels with the knees together and you're leaning forward, okay? Whatever ability you can do, this is to open up your lower back, and it's basically a counter movement to what we were doing before. If you can, rest the head down onto the floor. Otherwise, you can use a pillow, or you can also use a pillow here if you're finding that you're really struggling to sit down on your heels. Stay here for a breath or two, and then come back up. And then you're coming into the side, and you're gonna still do the flossing, which is the exercises that we were gonna do at the beginning of the class on the other video. So you're coming here, you're rolling onto your back, and then keep one leg bent, hug the knee towards the chest, chin to chest, grab hold of the back of the thighs, and then you're pointing the toes towards you, and then on the inhale, point the toes up, lift the head up. On the exhale, head down, toes towards you. Inhale, point the toes up towards the ceiling, head off the floor. Exhale, head down, toes down. You do it for 30 seconds, then you bend the knee. You're gonna come to the other side. Start with the chin to chest, toes towards you, and then inhale, point the toes up, head up. Exhale, head down, toes towards you. Inhale, point the toes up, head up. Exhale, head towards the floor, toes down. And then we're going to do the last pose, okay? You don't need to do them all at once, but this will be quite good to build on, okay? So maybe you can start with 3 exercises and then you're building them up to this whole sequence. We're going to do the bridge. So we're hugging the knees towards the chest, and then we're bringing the feet as close as we can towards the bum. The closer you can get them to the bum. You should be able to touch some part of the feet. Otherwise, if you cannot do that, don't do it, because if your feet are here and you're pushing your hips up, it's not going to be able to support you, okay? So you only do it if you're able to touch some part of the feet. Press your hands down onto the floor. You could do this in bed as well. And then what you need to do, you need to tilt the pelvis under. So you're trying to bring the pelvic floor towards the rib cage. So what you're trying to do this, okay? So you're trying to bring the pelvis towards the rib cage. It's almost as if you want to shorten here, and this is the position you want to go to. When you're doing it on the floor, you're gonna lift the bum off the floor, okay? So curl, so tilt the pelvis under, reduce the distance between the pelvis and the rib cage, and then push the hips up. Push them up, push them up. If you want, you can also interlace the fingers behind your back, shuffle to the top of your shoulder, chin to chest, press down on the heels and on the big toes, squeeze the glutes. So if you can only do a couple of seconds here, make sure you're still tilting your pelvis under, squeezing the glutes, and then when you're ready, you just very gently bring the back down onto the floor. Hug the knees to the chest, rotate the knees clockwise, and then you repeat it one more time. You start slowly, 10-15 seconds, and then if you're able to keep it for 30 seconds, it will be very good, because this builds up your core muscles, okay? So you're pressing the palms up, the palms down onto the floor, and then tilt your pelvis under. Keeping that tilt, you're pushing the hips up until you're feeling the squeeze in the glutes, and the knees shouldn't come out to the side. The knees are pointing away from you, okay? Stay here, tilt the pelvis under, looking down towards your belly. And then very gently, one vertebra at a time, you're bringing your back down onto the floor. Hug the knees to the chest. And then if you're doing this in bed, or even if you're doing it on the floor, roll yourself onto the side with your left hand, with the opposite hand, so the upper hand up, push yourself up, and then bring the legs over, okay? thank you for watching, and I hope this is helpful. If you've got any questions, please do comment below, and I'll be very happy to answer. And if you like this video and you want to see some more, subscribe to the channel, and you'll see all the exercises that come up, all the yoga classes that I put on the channel. Thank you for watching. Bye bye.